I have been wondering this question from the very beginning. I know all of you thought that these piercings were fake and you didn't want to believe me, but now we know that they are real. Even though I showed proof from the beginning that North posted while she was getting pierced, you guys still didn't believe it. This person said, how is it legal for her to get piercings on her body? Even if she has parental consent, that's still too much for a child. I agree. And I think that there's a lot of piercers in the comments who agree and say that their license, whoever's doing this, should be taken away. Differences, which I think are notable, would be that she does not have a mini skirt on. This is a ball gown for an event. She is not walking the streets of Rome. She does not have on 7-inch platform boots with a mini skirt. She does not have on a collared Playboy bunny choker. She does not have 25-inch blue extensions down to her butt crack. And she does not have fingernails out to here with piercings in them.
Okay, guys, I'm sure you noticed how Miss North showed up at Paris Fashion Week rocking bright blue pigtails, a full punk-inspired look, and wait for it, brand new angel bite lip piercings, along with studs on her cheeks and nose. She definitely took things to the next level, pushing her bold style even further than the eye-catching dermal piercings she has been showing on her hands and wrists. While plenty of people thought the look was creative, others online were quick to criticize her piercings, calling them messy or unhealthy, and some even started making comments about North's appearance. Reports also claimed that Blue Ivy and people close to her were not impressed by all the attention surrounding North's latest style choices. At the same time, insiders are reportedly saying that North has been quietly joking about all the chatter behind the scenes. According to those claims, she finds it funny that people think Blue is bothered by her style and piercings. The reports suggest North believes everyone is making a much bigger deal out of it than it really is. Sources also claim North has joked with people in her circle that Blue always has to keep everything polished and picture perfect, while she feels free to express herself however she wants. According to those reports, North sees herself as someone carving her own path and building her own brand without worrying about fitting into anyone else's expectations. Reports suggest there's been growing tension between the two, so let's get straight into it.
This is the first photo that people keep referencing. Would I put my 12-year-old in this? No. Is this the same as what Northwest is wearing? Also, no. Let's point out some key differences. Let's point out the similarities first, and then we'll point out the differences. Similarities. Corset style top, but it's on a gown. I don't love a corset on a 12-year-old. I just don't. And lip liner. I also don't love lip liner on a 12-year-old. Why are we accentuating the lips of a 12-year-old? It's bizarre. It's weird. It's weird energy. I don't like it.
As mentioned earlier, North has been getting a lot of attention for her latest style choices, and the internet is completely split over the whole situation. Just about every comment section is turned into a heated debate, with people sharing very different opinions. One group of people has been heavily criticizing Kim Kardashian over North's public image and fashion choices. Critics argue that Kim has faced repeated backlash for allowing North to wear bold outfits and noticeable piercings while putting her in the spotlight so often. Many social media users believe North should simply be able to enjoy being a kid without so much public attention or pressure surrounding her appearance. North is still a young teenager, and many critics believe 13 is too young for multiple facial and hand piercings. They also point out that many professional piercing studios have strict age requirements and often require parental consent for younger clients, while some piercings are only available to adults. A lot of the online discussion has focused on North's hand and finger piercings because hands are used constantly throughout the day. Some social media users have closely examined public photos and claim the piercings appeared red or irritated, leading to even more debate about whether they were healing properly.
Many critics argue that if someone appears uncomfortable or their piercings don't look fully healed, the focus should be on making sure everything is cared for properly rather than showing it off online. Others have also questioned whether Kim is acting more like a manager or close friend than a parent, saying they believe North's bold style brings extra attention to the family's public image instead of encouraging her to wait until she's older, with some saying, no, wait until you're older. Beyond the piercings, some people have also made negative comments about North's appearance, with a few even criticizing her weight and other physical features, while blaming Kim for it. Many others believe those kinds of personal remarks go too far, especially when they involve a young teenager. They argue that conversation should stay focused on public style choices instead of personal attacks. At the same time, plenty of people have been praising North's bold look. They say she's having fun on TikTok, pulling pranks, showing off her messing room, and acting like a typical teenager. Supporters are loving her latest style and believe she's developing a unique image that stands out from everyone else. Fans also say North has always had a creative side. She enjoys painting, music, and fashion, and they believe her clothing, makeup, and accessories are simply another way for her to express herself. Some even say her fearless approach reminds them of her dad's influence when it comes to thinking outside the box and trying new ideas. Fashion insiders have also pointed out that at major events like Paris Fashion Week, dramatic facial jewelry isn't always permanent. In many cases, the pieces seen on the runway are high-quality faux jewelry, fashion accessories, adhesive gems, or clip-on designs created to complete a specific look for the event, rather than everyday wear. North seems completely unfazed by the online criticism, and she even released a track called "Piercing on My Hand." That move only got more people talking and added even more attention to her bold public image. Now, another rumor making the rounds involves Blue Ivy. According to unverified reports, Blue may have shared her thoughts about North's latest style with people close to her. Those claims suggest she feels the dramatic facial jewelry and punk-inspired look are a bit over the top for someone North's age. It's important to note that these reports have not been confirmed. The same rumors also claim that people in Blue's circle have been saying they aren't surprised by North's attention-grabbing style because she has always enjoyed standing out. Again, these are unverified claims circulating online rather than confirmed facts.
North and Saint, how are they in terms of their dynamics versus the way you girls were growing up? I know it's
so
different genders,
so
but
different.
how different?
I mean, I don't know if it's because she's the older sister and I don't know what it is. I thought it was a phase. She does not like her brother. It's so hard for me. And I thought it was like, okay, a couple months, like, you know, she's just warming up to it. She gets so jealous, you know, when I would breastfeed and all that kind of stuff. And now the phase isn't going.
North has been attending major fashion events with her famous family since she was very young, which has kept her in the public eye for years. One early example was her appearance at the Alexander Wang show in 2015, where she attracted plenty of attention from photographers and onlookers. Even back then, it was clear she wasn't interested in playing to the cameras, and that memorable moment quickly became a talking point online. During one fashion show, North was photographed looking upset and having a difficult moment while sitting in the front row with her family, and the pictures quickly spread across the internet. Not long after that, she also drew attention at one of Kanye West's Adidas shows when another emotional moment became a major topic online. Those public appearances sparked plenty of conversation because so many cameras were focused on her. Many people have compared that with Blue Ivy's public appearances, saying she often seemed calm and composed at events from a young age. Another moment that caught everyone's attention was when North chose to ride her suitcase through the airport instead of walking, creating another viral story that people couldn't stop talking about. North also became known for speaking up when photographers surrounded her. On one occasion, while heading to ballet class with her nanny, cameras were waiting outside as usual. North reportedly looked at him and said, "I said no pictures." That wasn't the only time she made it clear she didn't enjoy being photographed, and those moments became widely shared online. Because of moments like these, people have often compared North and Blue's personalities, pointing to their different approaches to growing up in the public eye. Reports also suggest there have been ongoing discussions about how each of them interacted with their younger siblings as they got older, adding another layer to the comparisons people continue to make. North became a big sister in 2015 when Kim welcomed her son, Saint, and reports from that time suggested the adjustment wasn't always easy. During an interview on Live with Kelly and Ryan, Kim shared that North sometimes found it challenging to adapt to having a younger sibling. Kim also described some of the playful ways North tried to get extra attention, including organizing tea parties and joking that no boys were allowed. She also recalled moments when North would shut the door before her little brother could come in, describing it as part of the normal ups and downs of adjusting to a growing family. Meanwhile, many people have praised Blue Ivy for appearing caring and protective towards her younger siblings during public moments. According to unverified claims from people online, those differences have fueled comparisons between the two. Some even argue that North's bold fashion choices, punk-inspired style, and headline-making moments reflect the environment she grew up in, though those opinions remain speculation rather than confirmed fact.
Now, this is the other photo that people keep referencing. Again, this is for an event. This is a ball gown. This goes down to her ankles. Do I love the top on a 12-year-old? Not really. But I am going to say that this is part of being famous. She is in The Lion King or whatever this was for. I see the vibes, I see what they're going for. It's certainly not as jarring as what Northwest is wearing. If you, in your mind, can jump through hoops to compare these two and make them equal, you are weird. This is not the same.
Some people online have been joking that this is a classic case of people facing the results of their own choices. At the same time, rumors claim North may have heard about the comments supposedly coming from Blue's side, and according to those unverified stories, she isn't losing any sleep over them. Reports even suggest North believes Blue keeps up with everything she posts, watching from a distance while North shares moments with friends and enjoys her busy social life. According to those same rumors, people close to North claim Blue quietly rolls her eyes at some of North's posts, calling them over the top. However, they also suggest that this could simply reflect the different expectations each of them has grown up with. The claims say North feels comfortable experimenting with new ideas and taking creative risks, while Blue has often been viewed as someone expected to maintain a polished public image. None of these claims have been confirmed. The rumored response from North's side is essentially, "You're not upset about my piercings, you're just upset you wouldn't have been allowed to get them." Still, it's worth remembering that many of the stories about comments regarding North's appearance or her piercings appear to come from online rumors and fan speculation. There's a strong possibility that at least some of those claims were exaggerated or completely made up just to create more drama and grab attention. But the comparisons don't stop there. Another thing people constantly bring up is how differently North and Blue have been introduced to the spotlight over the years. North has regularly appeared in viral TikTok videos, fashion events, and social media posts, while Blue has generally kept a much lower public profile, only making select appearances with her family. Because of that, fans have built two completely different narratives around them. Some see North as someone who enjoys expressing herself without worrying about public opinion, while others view Blue as someone who has been encouraged to stay polished and private. Neither approach is necessarily right or wrong, but it has definitely fueled endless comparisons between the two. There are also rumors that people close to both families are fully aware of these comparisons. According to unverified reports, those around North think she's simply having fun and exploring her own style, while others allegedly believe Blue prefers staying away from unnecessary headlines. None of those claims have been confirmed, but they continue to circulate online whenever either of them makes a public appearance or debuts a new look. What makes the situation even more interesting is that neither North nor Blue has publicly addressed most of these rumors themselves, leaving social media users to fill in the blanks with their own theories and assumptions.
And don't love the lip liner, not loving it. Not loving the corseted top. However, I can live with this. When I saw this, it didn't jump out at me. I actually hated Beyonce's dress, so I was more focused on that when these photos came out, but neither here nor there. These just aren't the same to me. Would I put my 12-year-old in either one? No, I wouldn't. But I'm a bit more conservative. So I'm not a Beyonce fan, not part of the Beehive, but I'm gonna have to say, like, Blue Ivy is overall better dressed and more appropriately dressed than Northwest.
Another detail people have been pointing to is how each family handles public attention. Kim has often shared moments from North's life through interviews, social media, and major events, giving fans plenty to talk about. Meanwhile, Beyonce and Jay-Z have generally kept Blue's day-to-day life much more private, choosing carefully when she appears in public. That difference has led to all kinds of speculation online. Some people believe North has become comfortable with constant attention because she's grown up around cameras, while others think Blue has been taught to be more reserved when it comes to her public image. Those are simply opinions shared by fans and commentators, not confirmed facts from either family. There are even reports claiming that people close to both households have noticed how often the girls are compared, even though they have very different personalities and interests. According to those unverified stories, some people believe the internet has created a rivalry that may not be nearly as dramatic in real life as it appears online. Even so, every new appearance, fashion choice, or public moment seems to spark another round of comparisons, with people trying to decide whether the two young stars are following completely different paths or simply expressing themselves in their own unique ways. And that's where another rumor starts making the rounds. According to unverified reports, some people close to the situation believe the constant comparisons have become frustrating because every move either North or Blue makes is instantly measured against the other. Neither family has confirmed those claims, but the speculation has continued to spread online. Some entertainment watchers also think the two are developing very different personal brands. North is often associated with bold fashion, creative projects, and unexpected style choices, while Blue is frequently recognized for her graceful public appearances and performances alongside her family. Supporters of both girls argue that those differences simply reflect their individual personalities rather than any real competition. Others believe the internet has the habit of turning completely separate moments into one ongoing storyline. A new outfit, a public appearance, or even a short video can quickly become part of a bigger narrative that fans piece together, even when there's little evidence connecting the events. That's why so many of the stories circulating should be viewed as speculation unless they're confirmed by reliable sources. Still, one question keeps coming up among fans. If the rumors about behind-the-scenes opinions aren't accurate, then who benefits the most from keeping the idea of this supposed rivalry alive? Some fans believe the answer is pretty simple. Social media thrives on comparisons, and putting two well-known young public figures against each other often generates more attention than talking about either one on their own. That doesn't mean the rumors are true. It just explains why so many unverified stories spread so quickly. Another point people have noticed is that both North and Blue have been exploring more creative interests as they've grown older. North has shared her interest in fashion, music, and content creation, while Blue has appeared in creative projects and performances with her family. Because they're both developing their own talents, every new project ends up being compared, even when the two are doing completely different things.
It seems that Beyonce really doesn't mess around with making sure that Blue's outfits are appropriate, even when she's performing. So for example, you can see in the back, these dancers have on like Spanx and thigh-high boots. It's a little more sexy. She put her in the same pattern, but a baggier pant, a higher neckline. I appreciate that. And this is even for a performance. So this is obviously a little bit more artistic, a little bit more of an interesting outfit. But to me, and correction, Blue is 13 because this seems to make such a big difference for you guys, even though a 12 and a 13-year-old to me are still a child. She's 13. I think she looks appropriate for a celebrity 13-year-old who's performing with her mother, who is Beyonce.
Entertainment commentators have also suggested that fans sometimes read far more into public appearances than the facts actually support. A single photo, a short video clip, or an anonymous online post can quickly become the basis for an entire story, despite there being no official confirmation from either family. That's why it's important to separate verified information from online speculation. Even with all those rumors floating around, neither North nor Blue has publicly confirmed any personal issue with the other, leaving plenty of unanswered questions about what's really happening behind the scenes and what may simply be internet storytelling. Interestingly, some longtime followers think the public has created two completely different expectations for North and Blue. They argue that North is often expected to surprise people with bold ideas and unpredictable fashion, while Blue is expected to appear calm, polished, and reserved whenever she's seen in public. Those expectations don't come from the girls themselves. They're largely based on public perception and fan discussions. There are also entertainment commentators who believe those labels can make every appearance seem more dramatic than it really is. If North tries a new style, some immediately call it shocking. If Blue keeps things classic, others describe it as a statement. In reality, both could simply be making personal choices that fit their own interests at that moment. Another interesting detail is how quickly online rumors can take on a life of their own. An anonymous post or an unverified claim is often repeated across multiple pages until it starts sounding like established fact, even when no reliable source has backed it up. That's why many of the stories surrounding this supposed rivalry should be viewed with caution. Meanwhile, people close to the entertainment world continue to speculate about whether North's next public appearance will bring another bold fashion statement, or whether Blue will make a rare appearance of her own that gives everyone something new to talk about. Adding to the speculation, some entertainment observers believe the families have very different approaches to raising children in the public eye.
Kim has often spoken about encouraging creativity and self-expression, while Beyoncé and Jay-Z have generally chosen a more private approach when it comes to family life. Because of those different styles, fans frequently compare situations that may not actually be connected. There are also claims that every fashion choice North makes is now viewed through a much bigger lens than it would be for most teenagers. Whether it's a hairstyle, an outfit, or a new accessory, people immediately begin debating what it means and whether it's sending a message. Supporters argue she's simply experimenting with a style, while critics believe the attention surrounding each appearance is becoming excessive. At the same time, Blue's rare public appearances often generate a different kind of reaction. Since she isn't seen as often, every appearance tends to spark conversations about her confidence, her style, and how much she's grown. Many fans admire the fact that she seems to keep a lower profile, although neither she nor her family has publicly commented on most of the comparisons being made. According to online speculation, that contrast is exactly why people keep trying to frame the two as opposites, even though there's very little verified evidence suggesting they have any personal conflict with each other at all. The rumors, however, continue to take on new twists as fresh claims appear from one week to the next.
Beyonce, looking like Beyonce, letting it all hang out. It's what she's known for. It's what she does. Love it for her. And her 13-year-old daughter is in baggier jeans, a cowboy boot, a hat, graphic t-shirt. It's fun. It's cute. She's still getting to express herself while performing without wearing something inappropriate for a child.
Another angle that has caught people's attention is how differently both families respond to online conversations. Kim has occasionally addressed topics involving her children in interviews or on social media, while Beyoncé and Jay-Z have typically chosen not to comment on rumors unless absolutely necessary. That contrast has led fans to interpret the silence in very different ways, even though neither approach confirms or denies the stories being shared. Some entertainment followers also believe the public often forgets that viral headlines don't always reflect what's happening behind the scenes. A trending post, an anonymous source, or a short video clip can quickly become the foundation for a much bigger narrative, despite there being very little verified information to support it. That's why many reports about supposed disagreements should be treated as speculation rather than fact. Even with that in mind, people continue comparing everything from their fashion choices to their public appearances and creative projects. Supporters of North celebrate her fearless approach to trying new looks, while fans of Blue appreciate her more understated style. Both have built strong followings for very different reasons, making the comparisons almost impossible to avoid whenever either of them steps into the spotlight. The biggest mystery, though, is whether any of these rumored behind-the-scenes opinions actually exist, or if the entire story has grown far beyond anything either family has ever said publicly. There's also another reason these stories keep getting so much attention. Both North and Blue have grown up with global recognition from a very young age, so even ordinary moments can become major headlines once they're shared online. Fans often analyze every outfit, expression, or public appearance, searching for hidden meaning where there may not be any. According to entertainment commentators, that level of attention makes it easy for speculation to spread. One anonymous post can be repeated across dozens of accounts, and before long, people begin treating rumors as if they've been officially confirmed. That's why many of the claims about secret opinions or private conversations should be viewed carefully unless they're backed by reliable sources. Some observers also believe the constant comparisons overlook one important fact. Both girls are developing their own identities. North has become known for experimenting with fashion and creative ideas, while Blue has earned praise for her poised public appearances and artistic projects. Those differences don't automatically point to a personal rivalry. They simply show that each is following her own path. Still, fans continue looking for clues every time either of them makes a public appearance, wondering whether future interviews, fashion events, or creative projects will finally clear up the rumors or add another unexpected twist to the story. At the end of the day, it's important to remember that both Blue and North are teenagers, and a lot of the stories circulating online are based on rumors, speculation, or fan theories rather than confirmed facts. Public figures are often compared, and it's easy for small moments to be turned into much bigger stories than they really are. Even if there were ever a private disagreement, it would most likely be just that, a private moment that doesn't tell the full story. Whether this rumored feud is real or simply the result of internet speculation, it definitely shows how quickly people create narratives around well-known families. Instead of focusing on unverified claims, it's worth remembering that both Blue and North are growing into their own unique personalities and creative paths, even if the public constantly compares them. Now, I want to hear from you. Do you think these rumors have any truth to them? Or do you believe the internet has blown the whole situation out of proportion? Share your thoughts in the comments below. And if you enjoyed this video, don't forget to like, subscribe, and share it with your friends. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.